Welcome back to Flag Friday. If you've ever wondered why the United States flag has the nickname Old Glory, we're going to talk about that on today's episode. In 1822, Missouri was added its star to the flag, bringing the total number to 24 at the time, and that lasted until 1836 when Arkansas became a state and had its star put up there in the Union. In 1824, a seafaring man named William Driver became master and commander of his own ship at the age of 21, and his mom and some female admirers got together and fashioned him a flag 17 by 10 feet with 24 stars on it and presented to him in celebration of his becoming master and commander, captain of his own ship. And it is said, legend has it, that when he left dock, he unfurled his flag from the top of the ship and hollered out, "Behold, Old Glory!" And that's how it got its name. Well, he traveled the world. He went from Gibraltar to China to India to the South Pacific and rescued 65 descendants from the mutineers of the HMS Bounty in Tahiti and brought them to Pitcairn Island. He was so proud of that, he wanted that on his grave marker, and it's on his grave marker. Well, when he was 33, his wife succumbed to throat cancer. She died of throat cancer. So he and his 3 young children settled in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, a year later, he gets married. But he took Old Glory with him, and he would unfurl Old Glory on holidays and special occasions. It was so big, he used a rope and pulley system and flew it from his attic across the street. He attached it to a locust tree across the street. So it was so big that he had to do that, and people knew it. People knew of Old Glory because of this for miles around. And in 1860, he and his new wife and his children, they added 10 more stars because they had added 10 more states by this time. So Old Glory at this time now had 34 stars. Well, then the Civil War came about, and Tennessee seceded from the Union. So he hid Old Glory, and but they knew about it. The Confederates knew about it, and they kept coming back to get it. And he refused to give it to them, and he made them all back down, supposedly all by himself. He wouldn't give it up, and they all went away. Well, eventually the 6th Ohio Infantry came and took the city of Nashville, and William Driver took his flag that was stitched into a quilt, took it to the commander of the 6th Ohio Infantry, and took his knife out, ripped open the quilt, and presented him the flag and said, "I want you to hang this flag from the top of the Capitol building here." And they did. Well, that night, bad weather ensued, and so they took the flag down, and he had a second flag, not quite as big, and they flew it from the top of the building. He didn't want it to get torn to shreds. So he took it down for safekeeping, and then he passed it on to his niece, and now it hangs in the Smithsonian, in the National Museum of American History. So we know that they do have the Star Spangled Banner, and they have Old Glory. And when they did do the add these stars, the 10 more stars to it, they also added an anchor right in the corner to show that it was a seafaring flag banner. He actually is quoted as saying that Old Glory, he said, "It has ever been my staunch companion and protection. Savages and heathens, lowly and oppressed, held and welcomed it at the far end of the world. Why then should it not be called Old Glory?" I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Flag Friday. Do come back next week and we'll look at some more great flags. Until then, have a wonderful week and God bless.